All right, what's this, episode 9? Yeah, 9, I think. We have Luke Todt and Rowan Herring from Cross Country. How are you guys?
Good, how are you guys?
Good. So, how many more meets do you guys have left? It's kind of late.
So this is the last meet where, like, everybody will get to run.
Yeah,
and then,
OCCs.
OCCs, yeah. And then after that, top 10 continue to practice for districts, but only 7 race.
Yeah, and then after that is regionals, which we're hoping to make it to, and then states is after that, which is kind of iffy.
Yeah, and regional, you can either qualify, like, as a team or, like, as an individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it, you're saying it was like this, what was it, you said 7 people that moved?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but they take, like, 10 people continue to practice just in case, like, someone, like, can't run or, like, injuries and because you never know.
So as you progress to like the like regional, all that, is it like as the 7 or do people progress?
So at districts, they'll either take the top 5 teams or the top 20 individuals.
I think it might be 25 individuals.
They changed it this year.
Oh, they
It's
did?
20,
Okay.
yeah. And then top 5 teams. So if your team doesn't make it, but you're still in the top 20 of your race, you still go on just by yourself. Like you take the bus and multiple individuals can make it too. So like a couple guys could go, 1 girl, 1 guy, like.
Okay, so how have we done like the past couple of years with that?
Since I've been here, a team has never made it.
Yeah. I think our freshman year was Brian Frisch,
yeah.
and then last year Blake Frisch and I went.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
As individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's it looking this year? Is it,
I would say this is our highest chance we've
It's
had to
looking
make
really
it
good.
as a team. I think you guys, for sure.
The girls team has a good chance of possibly winning OCCs if we can beat Big Walnut. We're really close, so it's looking really good.
is the OCC part like by the same conferences as like other sports? Or
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like
Gotcha.
Scioto, Big Walnut, all those.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
You said, go ahead.
No, you got it.
You said you have 1 meet left. Where's it at?
Westville North, and that's Saturday, and then districts will be at Darby.
Yes, I
Darby.
think so. I think it's
And then they technically haven't announced regionals, but it's always at Pick North. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do a lot of schools have like courses? Like I remember, like at Dempsey we had one, but then like
Dempsey it was different. Like in middle school, you would do duels during the week, where it would just be you and maybe 1 or 2 other teams. High school, it's only invites, like only Saturday meets.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if we're like, do we ever host them?
No.
Okay, I was
But
going to say, I
Yeah.
don't know where we
In middle
were
school,
at.
I mean, we did because we had the wetlands,
Right.
but high school, no.
Yeah.
There's been pushes in the past to try and like get a course because I mean, you could probably easily make the wetlands into a 5K.
Right.
Because middle school, they only race 2 miles. So.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, no, we don't have home meets.
And how much? Because I did like cross country at Dempsey,
Yeah.
and it's like what kind of stuff is like different from that? to-
I mean, obviously,
high
the first thing would be, I mean, the distance. It's an extra 1.1 mile.
yeah.
You probably remember in middle school, it wasn't like super serious. Like,
Yeah.
kind of just mess around in the woods a little bit. But
Yeah, I didn't run at Dempsey, but I think from what I've heard, it's a lot more vigorous once you get to high school. Which a lot of freshmen see a lot of improvements when they get to the high school too.
yeah, I feel like a lot of people who, it can go both ways. You're either really good in middle school and then you get to high school and it kind of like hits you like a rock where you just like slow down a lot, or you're growing and you just randomly like get a lot faster. Like in middle school, I was kind of like middle of the pack. Like you were probably faster than me.
Yeah, we were kind of in the same.
And then like high
boat.
school, I just like got a little taller, got a little like older naturally.
That makes sense.
I mean, I took it a lot more serious in high school too, but
yeah. Is there ever any like interaction with like Dempsey's team?
we try and go to some of their home meets. We don't always, but yeah, we try and get to know at least some of the 8th graders.
Yeah, and we write them letters at the end of the season just to say, hey, you're doing a great job. Yeah.
So who are some of our best like runners this year? The like for boys and girls.
So for the guys, it's me and Luke Brown are the top 2, and then Ian Green's little brother, he's usually our 3rd, and then Tyler Stricker, who's also a freshman.
And then the girls, we have Callie Kent and then Aisha Tonkora, and then Abby Bowie and Julia Young for our top 4.
Is Callie, is she the one that also plays soccer?
She
I
does,
know.
yeah. She's
Okay.
really good. She ran 1933 a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
She's so good.
So it's 3.1
3.1, yeah.
because that's a 5K.
Yep.
I thought it was longer than that.
Mm-mm.
Because, well, when you guys like train, you guys go
Yeah.
way longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's that look like?
So in the off season, it's about, for the guys, the highest level of training is usually about 50 miles a week.
Jeez.
So, I mean, you'll have like a longer run during the week, which can be 10 or more miles, and then a lot of just like easier paced long runs, and then, yeah.
That's a lot.
Girls
Yeah.
kind of float around like mid 30s to 40s for the highest they'll go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how often do you have practice like during the season?
Every single day.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
A lot of people take Sundays as rest days,
Yeah,
though.
other than Sunday.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
because you have to have a rest day.
Is there any other special like stuff you do on a Sunday that?
I'll usually just go for a walk, like, because
Yeah.
there'll be a lot of like lactic acid buildup
Right.
in your
Yeah.
legs. It's good to at least do something, but I try not to run because like through the years I've learned that I've tried to run 7 days a week before, and like I can't do it. Like some people I'm sure can, but like I just get injured every time I try that. So
Right.
I need at least one day to rest. But I mean, since we race Saturdays, like Sunday, I have to at least like get the legs moving a little bit.
Mhm.
So usually just like a walk.
Yeah, it's a good mental break too. You know,
Mhm,
just
for
like
sure.
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah, I don't have the passion for running like you guys, but I definitely couldn't run 7 days a week.
Yeah, it's mentally taxing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I bet.
I think that's kind of one of the differences too with the whole like Dempsey to Hayes
For
thing.
sure.
Like when I did it, it was just like to stay like conditioned like for soccer and stuff, and just like to hang out with friends, kind of.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people that do other sports try to do that in high school and then realize, because like, yeah, you're right, like a ton of people in middle school, they would do like lacrosse or soccer or something else, but once they got into high school, they realized like this is its own like separate thing.
Yeah.
You can't really just like do it. Some people still do. Like we have a lot of really good soccer players,
Yeah,
like
Jason or
Abe. He's pretty.
yeah.
He's. I meant to mention him earlier. He's like our usual fifth.
Yeah.
So can you do cross country and soccer at the same time?
Yeah, they have some rules about it, like you gotta at least like show that you're running, and I mean at soccer, I mean you run a ton.
Right.
Yeah.
Though like some of our runners will like take a watch of their practice and
So
get like
he
5
doesn't
miles.
he doesn't run with you guys during like practice, but he
Once, if he can.
But
like,
then he goes to all the meets.
not every meet.
Okay.
It really just works around their game schedule.
Okay.
But yeah.
Soccer's the only sport that Bibler is allowing to do cross country. Also, it used to be like band kids would do it and stuff, but not anymore.
Yeah, because band, I mean, you're not really like running the same amount, so
Right.
Yeah.
he kind of had to tell people doing that they had to kind of make a decision. But yeah, he allows soccer.
Do either of you guys have any plans for like running in college? Are you gonna like?
I'm definitely interested in it. I've probably not taken as much like initiative as I should to like actually like reach out. I'm kind of just like waiting to see how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah.
And then I mean track plays like a huge role into it too. So
Yeah.
kind of waiting.
Have you
waiting for
gotten
track.
like any colleges?
Yeah.
Contact you?
Not a ton that I'm like super interested in.
They're always like little D3 schools
Yeah.
in Kentucky or something. Yeah.
Which is why I kind of just want to wait, because I feel like I'm gonna have to do a lot of like reaching out.
Right.
So I kind of just want to like get a good time down that I can like be proud of and like have to send.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to run in college too. I've talked to a few coaches at D3 schools, but
Yeah.
nowhere else. Yeah.
Is there anywhere you're looking at like academically that you think you could also like fit in running?
I like Ohio University, which a lot of the like the bigger schools I want to go to, I have their walk-on times, but I probably like couldn't get recruited. But I mean, it's fine.
That
but
makes sense.
yeah, I like OU, BG, UC.
That makes sense.
The main like Ohio
Yeah,
schools.
the state
That's
schools.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big state schools.
I'm looking at Worcester. They've got a good cross country and a good program for what I'm looking for. So.
Gotcha. Do you know what like career-wise you guys are like looking at?
I don't.
I'm looking at archaeology.
Ooh, that's interesting. What like would that just be like the major like archaeology? Like,
Yeah. I'm not really sure like what region of the world yet, but maybe classics. Yeah.
Yeah. What, like, I don't really know what, like, goes into that. I know, like, what, like, archaeology is, but, like, what kind of, like, jobs and stuff other than just, like,
it's just
archaeologists?
it's its own thing. It's a subsection of anthropology. So you go and you dig up cool ancient ruins and then you analyze them. So yeah, that's basically it.
What is anthropology?
Anthropology is the study of human society, and then
Okay.
archaeology is the study of more ancient places like Greece and Rome and stuff. It's like more artifacts. And then there's like linguistic archaeology, which is the study of language and stuff like that.
Gotcha. So you're saying about Ohio University. Have you, like, visited there or anything?
Yeah, I went on a tour during the winter, and I liked the campus a lot, but when I was there was, like, no students. So, like, I'd really like to see it, like, in action with, like, students, and, like, see what a school day is like. But, yeah, I'd say I'd like the UC campus a little better. But I went there over the summer, so.
That's like Mrs. Pollard was saying last year, like when you go to visit, like it's like not a good idea to go in the summer.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't know what it's going to be like.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because like summer's the
That's
time.
like when you want to go.
Because like now, I'd like to go tour schools, but it's like cross country and then school and everything. It's like it's hard. But.
You said you like UC, the campus better.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of like the fact that like you're in a city, but it still feels like its own little like college area.
Right.
That's what I really liked about it.
Yeah, I visited there too.
Yeah, it's nice.
Cool.
I didn't go on like an official visit, but I did like drive through campus and like walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
And I just like OU better. I felt like
there was definitely things I liked about OU better.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've never been to Cincy's campus. I hear like good things though. Like I've never like really heard of someone who goes there and then like hates it.
Yeah, a lot of Hayes people go there too.
Yeah. Like it'd be fun. Maddie Diaz actually put something on her story, like it was just like a landscape, and I was like, I didn't believe it was Cincy.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
When I visited, it felt like just like city, like just all concrete everywhere, and like I don't know, it didn't feel open, but I don't know, I didn't really take a good visit, so.
Yeah, UC would definitely be like more ambitious for me to run at, like not as likely compared to like OU.
Right.
But, yeah.
Is that because of like conference?
Yeah,
stuff,
that and that just there's like websites where you can like see the kind of times they're looking for, and it's just more competitive. And also, a lot of schools like OU, they have cross country, but they don't have track because of like I think it's like rule section 19 stuff. Like they have women's track, but they don't have men's track. So some of those schools, and UC does have men's track. So like some of the schools that have both, it's harder like to get into.
Why wouldn't OU have men's track?
It's something about like women's scholarships because like they have to like balance out the same amount of scholarships for men and women. So men have football, and women don't. So there's more scholarships there for men. So they have to take away a man's sport.
It's like funding.
Yeah, something about scholarships.
That makes sense.
But
Yeah.
there's still like club track. So if you're running cross country at like OU or BG where they don't have track, you'll still run track. It's just not like
through the
you
school.
can't get money or like a scholarship for it. But,
Yeah, and if you can't make the team, you can always just like run club cross country.
Yeah, there's always that too.
Are you guys running track this year?
Yeah.
Yes, most likely.
Distance, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I ran track 8th grade, and then I was going to freshman year, but COVID.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do long distance. I did like the high jump and the long jump, and then pole vault. I
tried pole vault once. It was really
a lot of
really
distance
hard.
runners try pole vault.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's fun. I only got 2 weeks on it before the season got canceled.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah, it's definitely very fun.
I have the unpopular opinion. I think I like track better than cross country because like a lot of people on the cross country team like they'll take cross country over track, and I prefer track.
You'd rather run in a circle.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because like a lot of people just prefer being on the grass, being on like a real course. But I don't know. I like track.
I like cross country better, but I definitely see the appeal to running on a track. Like, I feel like it's better to steer your opponent and chase them down when you're on a track. I don't know. It's easier to compete.
That, and I mean, there's always spectators. It's a lot more hype, and like, I mean, I'm a little better at track too, so I'm a little biased.
So when you like have meets, like, what's the landscape usually like?
It really depends on the course, but like towards the end of the season, they're mostly just like around a high school, so pretty flat. But at the beginning of the season, it's more like they could have them at like a metro park or somewhere like woody.
Like a golf park.
Yeah,
we've run at some golf courses. They're
So yeah, you wouldn't have like people cheering you on.
It's kind of weird because like this past Saturday, for example, like we ran at Thomas Worthington and you kind of just run around the campus, but then you run like past the bridge and you go from like hundreds of spectators and it being super loud and like chaotic, and then you run past the bridge and it's literally just like you and the other runners.
Yeah.
And it's silent, so it's like it's super weird.
Yeah.
What would you like prefer, the people? Or, yeah.
I don't like the people.
I used to not either, but I don't know, it makes it a lot easier.
I feel like I'd rather run like in silence, just like focus
so
on myself.
This year, a new thing, I really like focus on my breathing, and when I hear myself breathe, it just kind of like makes me a little anxious. I don't like it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then there's some courses where you like finish on a track, and I love that.
That's the best.
Because you know how much you have to run.
Yeah.
And Dempsey had that, and I mean, all the spectators are more inclined to like watch if they have like a place to sit and it's in a stadium, so it's like it's way better.
It's so much easier to finish too. You can just go super fast on the track. Yeah, it's great.
Easier to gauge how much you have left.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about with the Thomas thing. We went there in middle school.
Yeah, we did.
I know what you're talking about. That was like how you're saying with the bridge. I definitely remember that. It kind of like it felt like there was more than just the noise like leaving. It felt like there was a new like thing being added, kind of, or just like
because under the bridge it's super high because everyone's like standing under there, and then you get to like this open field and it's just no one.
You were talking earlier about the like wetlands. I don't know if like everyone really like knows about that. Like I think a lot of people went out there for like science class, but like just for those who don't, what is that?
So it was just where our home course was, but we would also like practice back there.
Yeah.
But in middle school, I mean, you can't really expect a ton of middle schoolers to go back there and actually like run and do what they're supposed to. So some people would, like some people took it seriously, but like a lot of us just like kind of went back there and messed around.
I remember you kind of just had to like know who you're around. Like you'd see like certain people and you're like, oh shoot, let me like get right.
Yeah, and I mean sometimes Mr. Fuchs and Coach Aldridge
on the bike.
I'm kind of glad I didn't take it super seriously in middle school because like I would have been really burnt out now. But it was fun too.
I don't know. I had a good time with it, but I didn't like the running part. You know,
I didn't either. I remember me and Aiden and Bryce would just literally just go back there. That was fun.
I remember going back there like with our class because obviously I didn't run cross country, but we used to like go have class back there. That was fun.
It's nice. They got that little classroom area.
Yeah, and there's like the main loop around the pond, but there's also like it goes back.
Yeah, there's like 3 main loops. I forget what they're called. It was pond loop, grass loop, and I think woods loop.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I would have like never thought about that until you like it. I'd like hear it and like, that makes sense.
And I think you run on all 3 parts on the course. I think, but the pond loop's like the main one we would practice on. Because it's the most clear.
How long is like the pond loop?
I think the pond loop's like 400 meters.
So you'd have to run that a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, in middle school we weren't running very far.
That's
so
true.
Like now I rarely go back there for a run.
We'll do workouts there. I think we did workouts there
last year. We did.
Yeah.
But it's also we don't really want to like interfere with the middle school with what they're doing. Because they always train back there.
When you guys practice, you guys just run around town, right? Because I see you guys like all the time.
For like a normal easy run, we have like what's called the Grady block, which is just Euclid, Central, and Pennsylvania.
That's what because I run like just to run, and because I live downtown.
Oh, really?
So like that's part of my loop is I'll just go onto Euclid and then do that loop. Yeah.
And then for like speed stuff and like fast workouts, we'll do them on the track or the fairgrounds.
The fairgrounds, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
No.
It's really hard to run because you'll like twist your ankle on a random spots.
Do you guys just go like around the whole property?
We have set out loops depending on the workout. So if it's like 400-meter repeats or like mile repeats, Coach Yance will like set out like a certain path that you have to stay on for your rep. But yeah, like she said, it's really like uneven. You really gotta watch your footing.
We've had people sprain their ankles.
Yeah, and it's not the most fun place to run, but
it's really hot.
It's good to train on grass because I mean we race on grass. So.
It's good for your shins.
Yeah, it's better than concrete for sure.
Yeah,
because I mean
that makes sense.
Running on sidewalk not ideal, but yeah.
Fun fact: I had both of your parents in class.
Really?
I had your mom 8th
Yeah.
grade, and then your dad
Yeah.
sophomore year. So, well, did you guys? You know, my mom's a teacher. You went to
Was she first grade?
She was
I
when
don't
we were
think
in
I
school.
had her.
Okay.
I remember seeing her in the building, but
What elementary did you go to?
Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I remember 8th grade. I had a lot of fun in your mom's class.
Yeah, it's a
it
good
was
class.
It was hard because Spanish.
Yeah.
Spanish.
But it was fun. And then when I had your dad, I had him sophomore year for English.
I had him sophomore year too. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
He's a good teacher.
He is. Yeah.
What's it like having like a parent as like a teacher? Like,
I thought it would be weirder than it was. It was kind of just fun. Like, yeah.
I had my mom first period, so I was like kind of able to like
yeah,
come in a little late. Kind of just it was fun. Like you would think, as your parents, the teacher, they would just like kind of you would be really good at the class, but like she made sure I like still did the work.
Yeah.
She would help me on homework, but like she'd make sure everything's coming from me and that I'm ready for the test. And,
Yeah.
like,
My
that's
dad was
good.
the same way.
but it was fun. Yeah.
I never got my mom as a teacher. I don't think. they let
I
me,
think
but-
some parents really don't want their kid because they might feel like even if they try really hard, they're still going to be a little biased towards their kid. But,
Right,
like,
which it's hard not to.
yeah, exactly. But it was Spanish. I mean, there was no other Spanish teacher at Dempsey, so
Right.
yeah.
Did you take all 3 years?
Yeah, I took Spanish 1, Spanish 2, and Spanish 3. I had leisure in Wasoko,
That's who I had.
but I'm not good at Spanish.
Yeah, me either.
Which
I
people
honestly-
always think they're like, well, if your mom's a Spanish teacher, like you're either fluent or you must be at least good at the class.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah. Does your mom ever like speak Spanish?
Yeah, she does. She and my dad, they would like, when I was really little, they would like speak Spanish if they didn't want me to understand what they were saying. And
That's
I don't know,
clever.
I never picked up anything. I don't.
Yeah.
And I was good at it, probably I'd say until Spanish too. Not good, but like I was doing fine in the class, getting A's and B's. And then Spanish 3 during COVID, like I couldn't do it. I feel like a language is something you kind of have to learn with like a teacher. Like I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, because I had the same schedule. I took Spanish 2 freshman year, then Spanish 3 sophomore year. And
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember a single
No,
thing.
I don't remember anything either. And I kind of really just wanted it because, I mean, it helps for college.
That's
but
exactly why
I
I
feel
took
like
it.
I'm going to have to take it again in college.
Yeah.
But
Because you can test out of it, right?
You can, but I'm not
But
passing that
yeah, I
test.
think
Yeah.
it's
I always did like French.
I did French too.
Yeah. What like test are you talking about? Am I like missing something?
like if you want the credit in college, you have to like pass a test. I
Yeah,
think.
you need a language credit, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And there's an entrance exam, and you can get out of it. But
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
you can, since I don't know how many years of French you took.
Two.
I don't know what it is.
I heard it was like it's
I think
like
it differs.
ideal to have 3.
Yeah,
But
so
I don't
like
know.
so we took 3 years of Spanish, and we can get that credit without taking the class at
Mhm.
college, but we have to take a test.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'm gonna.
I think you have to be a certain level of fluency in order to
Yeah.
really pass the test.
Yeah.
I don't think I could pass it either.
No.
Language is not my thing.
You said you took French.
Yeah.
How many years?
I took 3 years, but like I had a gap year. I took in 8th grade and then freshman year, and then I couldn't take it sophomore year, and then I took it last year again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were there just like other classes in your schedule?
Yeah, it's because I took A-Push. I couldn't take French.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I feel like my first 3 years of high school, I took all these classes and stuff, and then this year was like the first one where it was like freed up to do what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like so much easier, so much nicer.
I love my schedule this year.
Yeah, it's
I
so
come
true.
in at like 9 o'clock, leave at 12:30. It's super nice.
So wait, how many periods do you have?
I think 5. Wait.
It would have to be
You
at
come
least
You have to
5.
have 5.
You come in.
Yeah, I have 5. Yeah, I have one's a study hall, and then I'm in some Columbus State classes.
Okay.
So I have like 3 actual classes.
Are you
here.
taking Comp 1?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay. I think it's all the same work because me and Cooper Heel.
I don't know, because my friend Bryce, like, all of my stuff is due Sunday night, and, like, he has to turn in stuff, like, Wednesday,
that's how I
Saturday.
am.
Yeah. No, all my stuff's Sunday night, which is super nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because me and Cooper, we have different, like, professors,
Yeah.
but we have, like, the exact
I mean, I
same
think they
work.
all use the same book, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm ready to be done with it. Do you have to write your writing projects? Like, we have 4 writing projects.
Yeah, we've only done one.
Yeah, we're on our second one.
I've
right
not
now.
started mine.
Okay. So yeah, it sounds different. But.
I was supposed to start mine.
Oh.
I'm sure it's similar stuff, but yeah.
I never took any CCP, and I didn't want to.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's kind of not what I was expecting. I was like kind of good at online school with hybrid because like I kind of like the mix of like you still have a teacher, but you have those days to really like catch up and just do it at your own pace. But I thought I was going to be fine on just doing like online classes with CCP, but like I need like a real teacher.
I'm taking sociology too.
Yeah.
And all our work's due Sunday. And I like started the work at Sunday at like
That's me every
7:30.
week. I do it all. I'm like, I'll just do it on Sunday.
Yeah, like I got it done, but I hate it. I procrastinate so bad.
And I really do sometimes actually try and find time in my week.
Yeah.
And it's just not there. Yeah.
I don't think I was gonna take another one next semester, but I don't think I will now.
I have to.
Oh,
for
to have
sports.
your-
So I'll probably just do Comp 2. But
Yeah. Well, I would recommend sociology.
Really?
It's pretty easy and it's actually like interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I hate English. Like, no offense to your dad, but I don't like English. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I like English. It's always been one of my more favorite classes. But that's just me. I'm different.
Your dad doesn't have like an influence on that.
No, he probably does.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I've always like wondered this with your dad. He's kind of like it's kind of like known he's more like just like a traditional guy. You know what I mean, like like walk to work, like
Yeah.
didn't get like a cell phone till like recently.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
How much is he like that like at home when no one's really like there to see it? Is that like the 2 biggest things, or is there other like?
I think, yeah, he's a lot like himself in the classroom as he is at home. He's a
Yeah.
very crazy person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very outgoing.
I remember when he said, like, the first day I had him, he said he didn't have a phone. And then,
Yeah.
like, halfway through the school year, he's got, like, a pink
I
phone
remember
case and
that.
stuff.
I know.
He's like, yeah, I just got this phone.
That
funny.
was really weird for us. Like, he swore it off so early on in his life, and then he was just like, oh, I'll get it now. He would go back and forth. Like, sometimes he'd be like, I'm getting a phone now, and then he wouldn't do it, and then he finally did it. Like, he'd even pull up the screen and almost click the buy button.
I remember like because he didn't have a phone, I thought he'd just like not be very like tech savvy. But then like in video production, he uses a Mac Finder.
Yeah.
He gets on and he's able to like show us how to like do a green screen. I'm like, you don't even have a phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Not getting
Yeah,
a phone.
honestly.
Like
Yeah.
it's probably kind of nice.
Does he have one right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
How did you like call him?
We have a home phone, but I don't know. I just would always call the school if I was calling him when he was at work, and then they'd be like, okay, hold 1 second, and then they'd send me to him. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. It was a different time.
So he was just in. Do you know much about the whole like grape soda thing he was in, like the movie?
Oh, no, not really.
Is that like Gianni?
Yeah.
Oh, I do
meant to
kind
watch
of.
that.
I know about that, kind of. I don't know. He was a college student. I know. He like shaved his beard off for it, which is really weird.
Oh, I was wondering. He looked kind of shaved today.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Oh, that was. They recorded that in like June.
Oh.
That might
Yeah.
not still be.
Oh, I don't know what I was seeing. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was also in the other movie that Gianni made.
Mhm.
I saw that one.
That was a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Legit Gianni the movie. Is that on YouTube?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah,
Really?
that was the first time I'd ever heard my dad say a cuss word in that movie.
Bro, our class went crazy whenever he did that, bro.
Yeah, it was.
They would blackmail him. They'd always be like, "We're gonna play this clip."
There's like 4 more in the new one.
Really?
That's
We
his
need to
whole
watch
thing.
it.
He's like, I don't want to spoil it too much for people who haven't seen it, because we plan on having like
Yeah.
Gianni on here soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's kind of like this. He's like a guy who like lies about his age. Like he says he's in like college, and then like hangs out with like younger
Mr. Herring's
people,
perfect for that.
and like buys them like alcohol and stuff. And it's just like, I don't know. He did so like good. Like I totally like believed it. Like it was
Yeah.
just like funny.
I'm pretty sure the only reason he teaches D-Town is so that he can act in the movies.
Dude, he's got to be a good actor by now.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
he's been in so many. I've literally had him in so many that like we've worked on. Like,
Yeah.
It's the only reason he does it, I'm sure.
Because doesn't he like do like, I don't know as much anymore, but I feel like he's told us about being in like, not like plays, but just kind of like one day like.
He does Shakespeare Club, which
Yeah.
they'll reenact scenes from Shakespeare. Yeah, he hangs out with a bunch of old people when he does that. It's really funny. Yeah.
Is
He's really-
no, go ahead.
He's like the youngest person in that club, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Is D-Town different from video production?
No.
No,
No,
same,
I'm sorry.
thing,
I
yeah.
just call it D-Town because that's what it used to be.
We all
Yeah.
call it
Okay.
D-Town.
Yeah.
I remember going like to the auditorium and like watching all the student films, but I didn't know if that was different from video production.
Yeah.
No.
It's kind of like a whole. I don't know. There's kind of like this whole like community inside it, where there's kind of like inside jokes and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and like calling it that is kind of like one of them, because he like hates it so much. Like he wants
Yeah,
to
he
like
wants it to
sound
be
more
Hayes Cinematics.
professional.
Yeah, they tried to
But-
change it a few years
yeah.
ago.
Hayes Cinematics is the name of the YouTube, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember the night that we had our fantasy football draft. When we were done, we spent like 2 hours watching all the Hayes Cinematics like films.
It's funny.
It
They're
was
fun
so
to
funny.
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only ever been in one. I was like, when I was really young, and one of his students was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have your daughter in it." That was fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
What's your group working on right now? Because we got.
I don't know. So we like had an idea,
Mhm.
and then I got sick in like the middle of filming, and then we completely scrapped the idea, completely changed it, and then it's hard. It's so weird. So there's like this pasta.
Yeah.
And it's called Banza. Have you ever heard of Banza?
Maybe.
It's like this special pasta. It's made out of chickpeas.
B-O-N-Z-A.
B-A-N-Z-A.
BAN?
Yeah. And so basically, I'm like the main character in it. I like
Oh yeah.
I like run out of that, and I get super mad. Go to the store, meet this like wizard who like tells me how I can get it, and I basically just go on this like super ridiculous quest with like completely like unrealistic like things, and I mean.
So where are you guys at in the process? Like, do you
We just finished filming.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, we've been working on it all quarter. Like my group's super behind. But
Yeah.
well, I thought we were behind, but like every other group is still working.
Yeah.
Well,
but-
Joe, isn't your group? Don't you guys like just have the script done?
Well, that's kind of like our second like rotation.
Okay,
We have
okay.
one thing before that, but it's gonna be like horrible. Like
I don't. Ours like. I don't know. There's some good cinematography in ours, but like I don't know. I don't think the class is really gonna like
yeah,
take it well.
that makes sense. It sounds funny. I don't know.
It will be, but like it's almost like too many inside jokes. I feel like
Yeah.
like inside even more than just the class where it's literally jokes that, like just me, Bryce, and like
Yeah.
Noah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're mostly just like practicing the skills right
Yeah.
now.
We've had like the whole illness problem too. The past like 7
that,
days.
and I
there's
mean,
been,
like being a senior, like schedules, it's so hard to find time to film, especially like trying to do it outside of school. Like I feel like next film rotation, I'm just gonna make one in school, just
think?
because of how difficult it is to
Yeah.
like get everybody.
I think. Do you guys have any ideas? Because he's talking today about like how he wants us to have like some like Halloween for like when we have our showing.
Yeah, we've not talked about it. I don't. Is that gonna be random groups or is it like?
I hope not. We already have like a little thing going.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of worried about doing random groups this year, just because of the fact that like the quality goes down when you're working with people like you don't know. Like I know it's
Yeah.
good to
I get the idea
I know
of
it's
it.
good to include people and branch out and meet people, but like you're not going to be as comfortable acting if you're an actor, and B, like if you don't know people, it's kind of weird, not weird, but it's like more difficult to find time outside of school.
Yeah.
Like when I'm filming with like my good friends, like it's super easy to like either get in character or like find time to where we can all film, and like even coming up with an idea. Like I remember last year there was so many times I was with like random people and like we would literally just sit there on our phone. You remember?
Yeah.
We would literally just sit there on our phones and like
dude, I was like
any effort to like try and come up with an idea. It's just yeah.
There was like 5 or 6 people who like really wanted to, and then I just like play Clash Royale. Like I probably went up like what's it called, like ranks, or do you ever play that game?
Mm-mm.
Like
I'm so glad that I didn't. I remember everyone was like so addicted. Like you guys know CJ Abahazi?
Mm-hmm.
He played it like all day, every day for like 2 weeks, and then like he had to delete it because he shattered his phone. I'm just hoping his parents don't listen to this podcast, but like he got so mad he like chucked it and it just shattered.
when was this?
Like March.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They didn't know?
He told him he dropped it. I really shouldn't be saying this.
Didn't you break your phone making a
No, I
video?
broke Max's.
Oh, you broke someone else's.
Yeah,
I remember that.
We were doing this like short, like we had to just do, I think the point of it was like within a minute, and he wanted us to do it like on our phone.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
And it was basically like Max Etheridge, he graduated last year, but he was like a Kanye West like super fan or whatever, and then I like wasn't, like I like didn't like him, and so I tried to like deter him from like listening, and then he was like, he had it like playing in his earbuds, and I like ripped the like earbuds out and like threw his phone, and I was supposed to like toss it in the trash can, but I threw it at one that was right next to like outward like corner of the wall, and it hit like the very corner, and like it hit the screen like perfect, just so there was one like spot that took all the impact, and his phone
Was
just
it a
like
good shot at
shattered.
least? Did it come out well? I don't remember.
I don't even know if we like used that
This,
part.
wait, okay,
All
this is
that,
for
bro.
video production.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can try and find it. I think it's in Tristan's chat, because it was like me, him, Max, and like Porter Barrickman.
What show was this for?
What?
Like what were you guys filming? Like what was the?
It was like doing a film in like under a minute, I think, right?
Yeah, or it was like, I don't know if it was like the duration of the film, but I think it was like you have like 20
It was
minutes.
like a practice exercise. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a film cycle, I don't
Gotcha.
think. But
So I haven't seen this.
The video of
not.
me throwing.
Well, like
Or just, like, the
whatever
whole
the
movie?
final product was. You know.
Let me check. I think it might be in me and Max's like saved chats on Snap. I really want you to see this. We could put it in. Do you think we could put this like on like the video?
I can try. Yeah, I can. We just gotta remember.
Shoot,
when we
dude, I don't
apply.
know where it would be. I'm not seeing it. I'll find it at some point. We can put it on the thing maybe if we figure that out.
We can.
What's the time at? So we can
38.
38. So then we know where to like.
Well,
put
why
it.
don't we just at the end of this we'll try and find it,
Yeah.
and then yeah, we can try and do that.
Do you ever like watch the films that they make in there? Do you ever just
I
like
do,
go through
yeah.
do you like look back at them, or is it kind of like as they come out? Like,
I don't think I've looked in recently. I think that there was a point when I went back and watched all the old movies,
Mhm.
just because they were so cool. Yeah. I don't know. I remember, isn't there one called The Stick or something?
stick. I'm trying to. I can pull up the
That one,
account right now.
that one is
like-
very stuck in my memory. Just
So-
like a guy with a big wooden stick.
Rowan, you're not in video production.
No, I wanted to when I was younger, but I just don't have time in my schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always get like nervous whenever I'm like looking stuff up now. Cause remember the very first one we did with Jeremiah, I spent like a minute trying, like it was just like dead silence for like a minute.
That was so funny though. I remember when
Tristan clipped me. Dude.
Yeah, because
like,
you accidentally posted that to YouTube. That was so funny.
We
Tristan was so upset.
Yeah, it was when we had our Talisman.
We had like this summer workshop where it was like we met everyone on staff and whatever, and we just got all this equipment, and me and Joe were like so excited, so we wanted to like try it. Do you guys know Jeremiah Rutherford?
Oh, JJ.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he does. Yeah.
Anyway, so he's in Talisman, and we were like, hey, come over here. We'll do like a little practice podcast. And like we didn't like plan anything. We were just like, let's just see how everything works. And so it was like terrible. And Joe accidentally posted it to YouTube. Tristan Samuels has his post notifications on. So
on it,
he watched it immediately. It was only posted for like, what, 10 minutes maybe?
Probably, I think it was like a while.
Oh.
Because I remember like the next morning, he like sent me like a minute screen recording.
Yeah.
And he was like, bro, this is trash.
Yeah, that was funny. He sent it to me and he's like, this sucks. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll work on it. But
I don't know if he still listens. I remember when the first couple came out, he was like...
He's like our only critic. Like, when we first started doing this, everyone, like, most people were like, hey, good job. But then Tristan was like, this is bad. Like, I don't like this.
I like the episodes I've watched. I don't think I've watched, like, an entire one through. Like, when I watch it, I'll just, like, skip around or watch the beginning of the end.
Yeah. I kind of... Like, sometimes just in my spare time, I'm thinking, like, what can I do to make people, like, stick around? Or, like, what can we do where people won't, like, just skip through? But, like... It's really not that big of a deal.
I think that's just how
like,
podcasts are. I don't really think that's like you guys. Like,
I don't really like.
In general, I'll do that with a podcast. Like,
I don't really care if people like choose to not listen to it. Like, that's fine. Like, I encourage people to like try it, but if you don't want to listen to it, it's not going to do anyone any good to make them.
Like, realistically, there's probably going to be like 6 or 7 people to see like this part of it. It's like,
right, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because like I can pull up the analytics because I have like the login. And it's like, what's the average watch time?
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull it up.
The average part
That's
where
cool
you
you
like
can see
people
that, though.
leave. The average part where people leave is like 4 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
like people will see like the beginning where I'm like, this is Luke, this is Rowan, and then it's just.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I was trying to find on the Hey Cinematics, like the YouTube channel.
The stick.
The stick.
I think that's what it's called. I don't know.
Would it be like far back?
Yeah, it's far back. It's an old one. The old ones are the only ones I've seen.
Oh, the stick. Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen a lot of the old ones.
They're good.
April
They're just
2020.
funny. I don't know.
Let's see. I think I could just
gotta
like
go
play
watch
this. Oh, should we like
what's this? The stick?
the stick?
What
Yeah.
year was this?
2020.
Oh, I was
It says like April.
Why don't you pause it and restart it?
Oh, this is the new one.
Put
This
it
is
where
the
everyone
remake.
can see it, and then I can probably put it into the whatever. Just point your mic towards the you know what I'm talking
Well, if
about.
yeah, that's true.
So that way the audio, we don't have to like worry about that. Here, there you go.
We never.
That should be good. Here.
I kind of mess with this. I don't know, like live
What-
reaction.
What are we doing here?
I'm just watching it.
Okay. Wait, Rowan, you said this is the one that
This is just the only one I remember.
that you remember. When is this from?
April 2020.
I think this might be the remake they made of an old one, or maybe this is it. I don't know.
Do you know if there are like words?
I don't think so. I think it's without words. Sometimes they do silent ones. I don't know.
Okay, I don't.
So is
I don't
this
know
like
who they are.
what's it called? Like the British, like the sword thing, where if you like pull it out.
Oh, yeah.
King Arthur.
Yeah, it's like in the Minions movie.
Who do I know these people?
They probably graduated if it's 2020.
I might have it. Just don't work. It's fine. Oh, I bet my like arm rubbing against this.
Did we upload like all the videos we did last year?
Not all of them.
Yeah. I've not like checked the YouTube channel in a while.
Let's see. I'm no better than.
They-
Oh, what?
This took a turn.
Oh my god. It says D-Town Classic
I wonder what
from
we missed.
2018.
This is just why it's funny. See, he's floating. This is why my dad likes it, because there's just the guy floating.
I don't know what happened.
I really don't understand this, but
I don't think there have been like any words.
they're having. It's just.
It's crazy seeing like how different these are from like what we make now.
Yeah. Make the school. Oh my god. We can't leave here without talking about the
Yeah,
school.
we gotta talk about
what's the school?
We gotta talk about that like group of people
my
in
God.
general.
Oh my god.
I don't
the school.
wanna like say anything like mean or bad, but like
it was a cool group. Like, I liked them all.
yeah, they're all. I've worked with all of them.
You got it.
And like it's a good group. I highly doubt they'll even watch this, but
Yeah, no, 100%.
there was like always this like group of people last year in D-Town that like I filmed in school a lot too, but like they would always film something in school and like the sound quality would always be like not the best and like
Yeah.
you really couldn't tell like what was going on.
That's what,
Dude, it's hard
my
to explain,
God.
but it was when they showed it, bro. Like, dude, it was so funny because no one had any idea what was going on, and like, I don't know. It was basically just like they tried to remake The Office, but but Hayes.
It's school, bro. It's called
They called it The School.
And it's like the full length of like an Office episode. But it's
sat there.
It's them like walking between their periods. Like literally like from first period to like house. They'll
Yeah.
like walk to the class and like and like then they'll get in the class and then they'll just sit there like they're like I don't even like those like as if they were like bored, like they'll just be like
They would literally try and like make it fun, and they spent so much time on it. They hyped it up so much.
Yes.
And I remember when he showed it, it was so long.
and you're oh my god, dude.
And we just sat there.
21 minutes and 16
Oh my God.
Oh, it's on
It's on there. And
I'm not-
we
yeah,
literally
let's not watch
We literally sat
20
there
minutes.
and bro played it on the TV, and
It was the whole class period.
yeah, we
because
were
they'd
just
like,
like-
stop it and like talk about it.
and there wasn't much to talk about.
And there was a
Yeah.
Madeline
Oh yeah.
who she just like wouldn't show her face the whole time. So one of the
I don't even remember like the plot. I don't even remember what happened.
it was literally just like walking through classes and they'd have that where in the office they go in like the office and they'd like talk like they had like
Yeah,
the
the
cutscenes
conference
or
room.
whatever. Yeah, the conference room. They had like conference room. Yeah,
That's
like,
actually cool though.
like the idea
It
with,
could be, like,
with the right like quality of film and suppressing it so it's not 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it could have been done okay.
Like me not.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Like,
I've never seen this before. So you guys like explaining the idea behind it. It sounds good.
sounds good on paper.
Here, let me.
Yeah,
But-
but I've never seen it.
I found
Yeah.
the part that has one of the like conference room parts. It's literally oh my god. Hang on, I think I did.
I had
Sorry.
it almost is like they had like a weird filter on the entire thing. Oh, and they all had masks on in the video,
Yeah,
so
bro.
you couldn't
could not
tell
hear
their
them at all.
emotion. You couldn't hear them. You couldn't tell what they were saying.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Like I love,
It's like you had to be there to see.
like oh my god. I love all the people in that group. Like they're all like
they
so,
would probably admit it wasn't like the
Yeah,
best.
like, they're all, like,
they're
so
funny.
friendly.
We worked with Duran for the Spider-Man thing. Like
Yeah,
we worked
Spider-Man, dude. We had a great time.
That one was
that's
good. I saw
Spider-Man.
that.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember watching that.
That was
God.
probably the best one I was a part
Have
of
you
last
seen
year.
Spider-Man?
That was good. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was good.
fun.
I like that one.
That was
Like all these people are capable of making really good movies, but like that one, I don't know.
god, bro.
The
Sometimes you have
school
to
is just
have
like kind of the inside joke if you're talking about like this year. If we talk about what not to do, it's a school.
Yeah.
Like it's a school.
Like oh my god, you like you cannot hear him at all.
Yeah,
Bro. It's so like muffled.
The camera's shaking everywhere,
Oh
bro.
my god, dude. This is gonna be so confusing. We gotta put like the video
I don't
or
think. I don't know if I
We're gonna
can.
put like the link in the description.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Like is Kenan still in the class?
Mhm.
He was for a while.
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
think he is. I don't know.
I don't really, cause I'm facing like I'm like the first one to
Yeah.
like face the door, so I don't really like.
And with
see
everyone
the
like
room.
walking out the film and stuff.
Yeah, I look at like Vincent and like Zach,
Yeah.
and that's all I can like see in my peripheral.
Yeah.
But
I feel like since we've not really like finished a film this year, or, like done anything, I really don't like fully know like the vibe of the class and like how it's
Yeah.
gonna be compared to last year. it was really fun last year.
Yeah,
it was
I feel
fun.
like I don't like a lot of people you would never expect to get along just ended up being
it was
really
cool.
good friends.
Yeah.
Like,
and there's obviously like the group that like took it really seriously, which kind of like we needed that because it kind of like set the stage for like all the other groups in like this year. But,
like I don't know, I liked how because there was like the Zach, Noah, Sam group, and then there's like Brady, and I don't know, they did a good job of kind of like pushing each other rather than like. Like they'd be like, yeah, theirs is good, but I could do that. Like, or then they'll be like, well, that's good, but and they kind of would like use it to like, make like.
Is video production a semester class or a year?
It's all year.
Okay,
it's a year.
That's what I thought. So is there like levels to it? Like photography, there's like 1 through 6.
No.
But video production.
Mr. Herring kind of. This is my 3rd year. He changes it every year, kind of thing. In the past, like my sophomore year, since it was COVID, it was pretty much as long as you made a movie, you got an A+. Last year, he gave us grades.
For the first like 3 quarters, it was like just do something.
I think the worst I got on a movie was like a 90, and it was probably like one of the worst
I
movies.
think Spider-Man, we got a 92.
Really?
For something.
If I would have thought I would get an 100, it would be that.
I had a great time.
But this year, he's doing like the proficiency scales type thing that a lot of classes are doing. But I mean, we've not had a grade all quarter, so I don't really know how that's going to work.
So is there like a difference from someone taking it for the first year compared to like your 3rd year?
It's been so different every year.
Okay.
Every year I feel like it's the first time taking the class because I don't know how it's going to work. And like, and when I took it sophomore year, like, it was the same class, but like, you couldn't work with a group because of COVID. Like, he was like, you have to go out and do the movie on your own. So like I was really just like recording videos on my phone.
That wouldn't be fun.
It wasn't fun, but I kind of like learned a lot of the projects we did. I already like kind of knew them, like the 30 shots in 30 seconds or whatever, and like a lot of those I was like kind of ready for. Yeah. But since we were only there like 2 days a week, I never really got like familiar with Premiere or like learned how to use the equipment. So like last year I felt like just as new as everybody else. Right. And this year I'm definitely gonna like try and actually like make the movies like a lot better, like actually like put more effort into it.
We kind of have something for like the second rotation where it's like a Halloween thing, and
the Halloween ones are
we might have a little something on our hands, dude. Like we have the script for it, and like
it's good.
I'm rocking with it.
Oh, is this your I forget what it's Bop It?
Bop It? Yeah, bro.
I saw, was it on your story? It was like, who has a Bop It we can borrow? I was like, who's gonna have a Bop It? Did someone?
I haven't looked. I don't know. I go on Snap like once a day. Besides like answering like, it's like you, Toby, my girlfriend. It's like then everyone else. It's just like whatever. But basically, the one we're working on right now, it's like, Chaz.
Yeah, he does track.
Yeah, he so basically there's him and then there's Vincent, and Vincent's kind of like the like friend group leader, kind of like alpha type of guy, and then Chaz is more like, I guess like naive, like like shy, and he kind of like bosses them around. And so basically it starts where they're like coming home from a day of school, and they have like a party they're going to later. It's like Vincent's like, we kind of figured this out later. It's gonna be like half birthday, half Halloween, so it's like a costume party kind of thing. And they're like preparing, like making sure they have everything that you would like need, and then they're going through this like checklist, and then Chaz is like, do you have the Bop It? He's like, why the hell would I have a Bop It? And so then it kind of like, it goes from there. I can't spoil too much, but like it's kind of like, it's more like action-y. I feel like we usually try and be like funny, but I think we're kind of going for more like cool like B-roll shots of like partying type of stuff. But I'm excited for it.
Is this going to be posted to the Hayes Cinematics YouTube?
Maybe, dude. I'm glad.
What's the criteria for that?
It's so random. It's so random. I remember my sophomore year, some of the like ones I made on my own, like on my phone, with literally like my friends and family that weren't even people in the classroom, or him like posting some. And then I remember like some that I made with like an actual group last year. Not even like posted it. Didn't we? I think last year we like wrote down what we wanted. Like the class kind of like
there was like
mutually
a day or
agreed.
Two.
Like these are what we want on the channel. and then these are ones we just kind of want to like keep for ourselves. But
Yeah.
so really at the end of the year, I think we'll decide. And it also depends on if we do showings.
Yeah, like in the auditorium.
Yeah, because
I think we plan on
because
it.
before it's like YouTube was going to be the only way people would see them.
Right.
But I mean, with the showings, you can put something on YouTube and maybe not show it in the auditorium. But
Yeah. I'm
Would
pretty
that be at the end of the year?
I think we're doing a couple.
Yeah,
I think
we're gonna try.
some would be like during house. I think it's in talks right now that they're gonna do a like Halloween one.
Yeah.
So like during house around Halloween, we're gonna show like the Halloween themed ones
Yeah,
we made.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm glad you said the thing about is it going on the YouTube, because it reminded me. Mr. Herring. Oh my God. Have you been like listening to our like conversation about this?
what is it?
Okay, you know the group where in the film they showed on Friday they like snorted the coke and then like made a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in our party thing, we wanted to have a shot where someone's drinking from like a beer bong.
Right.
And then like there's people like around him, they're like, yeah, like chug. And he like said we couldn't do that.
And then someone's literally doing coke. Yeah.
Snorted the coke
Yeah.
and then put the second loaf of bread on top of the sandwich.
If he's gonna allow that.
Yeah,
And I
that's what I
remember
was
there was a
like-
thing with like Max and Wesley, I think. They made it with like an explosion match. They literally
They had, like, the
blew
airsoft
something
can.
up. They blew something up in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And he was so hesitant to like post that, or he had them edit that part out. But that's what made the movie so good.
Right.
And, like,
Yeah, 'cause we did the end of the year
like,
showing.
you
I
can't
understand,
Have, you
like-
can't have a school thing.
Yeah,
But, like,
because this is for like a school class.
Yeah.
you can say it was editing. Like you can.
Yeah.
You can lie.
I don't know, but
know.
I was just so like befuddled, dude, because like I wasn't even here on
I don't know.
Friday.
He might not post that one though
But-
with the
no,
cocaine.
but
I don't know.
Vincent was telling me about what he said on Friday, and he was like, "Oh, like I love it. It's so funny."
Dude, and we
And
not
then
even
today-
watched that whole movie. That was like a snippet, bro. That was like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So
well,
it could suck, but he.
it seemed
yeah.
like sweet though.
It was good.
Because I
It was
asked
good.
him about it, and then he like showed me it because I wasn't here Friday. I just like
Yeah.
heard about it from Vincent, and then today he was talking about like, I think this would be a great one to show in the auditorium. I was like, dude, like come on.
Out of the snippets we've seen, that was definitely the best, like cinematically. But I mean,
Yeah,
who
no, it
knows?
looked really
the
good,
Plot, the
dude.
plot could suck, but I mean,
Yeah, well,
I'm sure it's good. But
It was,
it looked really good.
it was what Ivan was it? Isn't it Wesley's sister in that group?
Yeah, Addie.
Addie.
And then Ava,
yeah.
is it Beachy? Is that her last name?
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, it looked really good
Yeah.
because I was like, I want to see this. Like, I want to see what they can do that we can't.
No, it was good, and
Yeah,
that was
no, I
that
loved
was
it. It looked really
that's
funny.
the idea. That remember when we had to like act out at the beginning of the year, like an idea. That was the one they had, and now they're actually like making.
Yeah,
that
no, I
movie.
thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
because I think
Because when they acted it out, I was like, I don't really know like if
What's
that plot could work, but like it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
in the part like in the beginning where it's like the over the shoulder and then it shows like it had like Mouse, like the old D-Town film on the
Oh,
TV.
yeah, I like when they do like references to like older movies.
I thought that was really cool.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. Or there was-
That's kind of what
he
you're saying, where it's like a whole community. It's like there's so many inside jokes because of like
Right.
if you're in a class with people for a year, like
Yeah.
and you've seen every single movie that everyone else has made, like
Yeah.
there's so many references, and it was almost like kind of like a mini like cinematic universe within
Yeah.
the class where like certain films would be in like the same timeline or like make references or jokes. But
Yeah. And like the people who are making the one that had it, none of them were even like in the class. with,
Yeah,
like,
I was kind of like
yeah, like I thought that was
kinda
cool. Like they
surprised, but
saw
was
it
cool.
and were like,
Yeah.
I like this. I don't know.
So maybe people actually do watch the YouTube. I don't know.
Maybe, dude.
I know I do, but I don't know.
58.
I'm kind of like close to the situation, I guess.
What?
I watch like the YouTube,
Oh, nice.
but that's just because like when I was with you, we were
Yeah.
all watching it. But
Yeah.
but I enjoy it. Like
Mhm.
there was some stuff that's just so funny, and some stuff where I was like that's awesome. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just me like knowing the cast that makes it so
Yeah,
much
I feel
cooler.
like that's a big part of it too. Like if you showed these films to like other schools or like
They'd
random,
probably think
yeah,
it's like
like
not as cool. As
I feel like they could
yeah.
still appreciate the editing and the
Right.
cinematography and the storytelling, but like this one that I'm making right now, if you showed it to like any other person, they'd
Yeah.
be like, "What is wrong with these people?" Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, Like there's something different when it's like in Mouse when Zach like takes the sunglasses off.
Or like
and he's
the fact that it was like Henry. Like we all knew Henry, so it was like an inside joke. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's literally Henry.
Yeah.
Whereas
Or, like,
some random person's just like, oh.
yeah. Because like he's like so like just like gentle and like kind.
and bro just in like a
like
war
you-
zone. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like the way we burn those villages down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
No, that definitely plays a role into it, but that's why it's fun. Really.
yeah. I don't know, I have a great time. I
yeah.
kind of regret last year. I just like I didn't really do much. Like
Same.
had
I was one of the people that was on my phone
yeah,
quite a
like
bit.
I had like ideas, and then people would be like, "Good idea," and then they'd kind of just like do it.
I didn't
like-
really have a like main group that I made films with. Like
Mhm.
I just kind of floated around, but like I feel like this year now that I have like close
Your
friends
fr-
in the
yeah, like
class,
some
like
people joined it.
it'll be a lot
Yeah.
easier because there were like groups that always worked together last
Yeah.
year, and
And it was kinda
it was
like-
apparent that they had the best films. Like
Yeah, it was like three
Yeah.
people who could like spread their knowledge
Right,
of films,
and-
making one
and, even,
like
and if they
3
were
times.
forced to work with random people, they would carry the group. I mean,
Yeah,
like if you have someone that knows how to do everything, the quality's going to be good.
One thing, Gavin, that you should totally watch. I can't remember if we did or not when we watched them all. Did we watch the Fever Dream series?
I don't remember.
I love Fever Dream.
I liked it a lot.
That was one of my favorite things.
I
from
was
last year.
never. No, I did help with one of them, but I was never like a big part of that. But
I
so
was
I didn't really
in
understand
too.
a lot of it.
What were those ones about again? I remember watching them.
It was like Caleb. I don't know his last name.
Neely, Caleb Neely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So basically, it was kind of like he tried to like take over like the school. Like it was kind of like
Yeah.
like it was like a like kingdom
Yeah.
basically,
And,
and
he like killed Mr. Herring, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Is there only 2 of them?
There's three.
There's 3.
And then there's like a side film to it
I
as well.
see. Okay, on the YouTube, you guys can look.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one, and then there's Fever Dream 2. I don't see a third one. I don't know.
I don't know. It might not be
Maybe
on
it's just not
YouTube.
posted.
It's probably not, because that's kind of when it got a little old. When like the idea got a little like.
They also did it like right at the end of the school.
Yeah, and that's when Mr. Herring was kind of like.
All right, guys.
Yeah, you don't want to milk it too much to the point where
Yeah.
it's just. Yeah.
But then
I can tell you we did not watch it.
okay, because then there was the whole thing in the second one where they like went through the other movies.
That was the best one.
That was it, like
Fever Dream 2 is
yeah.
definitely the best one.
That might have been one of the best ones. Like in
Oh, for
general.
sure. And it just
Yeah.
referenced the whole year.
Because there was this film called The Pumpkin. Where,
that was- yeah.
where like if you touch the pumpkin, you go into this other
Yeah.
The
port,
scary
which is-
pumpkin that lights up.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
just like his back. It went to like the back room, but then they had this like effect on like the screen to make it like a different color, so it looked like
Yeah, I made that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it took that, and so like they had the pumpkin in Fever Dream, and every time they hit it,
Yeah.
instead of going to that like room, they go to like another movie that we've made before.
Yeah, and they'd be
That's
like
actually
they'd be
sweet.
in the movie
Yeah.
as it's happening, and they'd interact with the characters.
And it's like how you were saying, like for the school thing, how it's like a cool idea that kind of just didn't like
Right.
come together. It's like a cool idea that came
It did
together,
come
and it's just
together.
really, and it's like
That's Fever Dream 2.
I
yeah.
think it's 2.
yeah, Fever
I'll watch
Dream. It's
both
two.
of them.
It's
They're
it's-
only-
Two's the
it's-
best.
it's two.
Two's the
Well,
best.
they're only like 6 minutes
You
each.
kind
so
of
I'll
need to
just-
watch the
I'll
first
watch
one.
the first one first.
Yeah.
And then I remember there was like a side movie to Fever Dream that was like the election one. That was
Yeah,
for like
I think it was
what's it
just
called?
I did
3.
that one, and that might have just been 3.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that one wasn't very good.
It was.
I'm allowed to say that because I was part of that one. But that one
I
wasn't
think
very
they were
good.
like, we need to make a 3 before school ends.
And Mr. Herring was just kind of like, just let it die, like,
Yeah.
which I think he was right.
What was the student teacher's name? The guy from like
Mr.
Delaware?
Barton, I forgot about bro. Yeah, he was nice. I like that dude.
Yeah,
he's
he
kind of
was-
funny.
Yeah, because they had the thing where he was like running for president, and there's like Katie like Eunice trying to say
Yeah.
like why she should be his like vice president.
Yeah, that was funny.
I had him for house. He was a
Nah,
very
he's
interesting
cool.
person.
Yeah, he was-
Who's this?
Mr. Herring, student teacher.
I
what
think
was
he
his
goes to
name?
Ohio Wesleyan, doesn't? Or did he
Mr.
graduate?
Barton.
I think he graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like he was from like Delaware State, and then he came here to go to OWU to become like a teacher, and so he'd like come to like Hayes, and
Yeah.
Mr. Herring was kind of like the teacher he would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Like how that works.
Student teachers. Yeah.
It's kind of funny. We like had you guys on for cross country, and it's just turned into video production.
Yeah.
But
It's both.
I don't know. We're at 104.
Yeah.
So
Is there anything else?
Do you guys want
I don't care. It's up to you guys.
to leave us off with anything?
One thing before we go that I was like, I totally want to talk about this. The Hayes boys cross country track and
I was
field.
wondering when you showed me the topic, I was like, I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
What, just like, what's it all about?
Yeah,
the graphic. Okay, so
Because I think it's
it
hilarious.
started
I had a
out.
great time with that.
So Blake Frisch created the account, like, I think last track season.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of other cross country and track teams were like doing accounts where it was like just
Like,
funny stuff, just
yeah.
like mocking each other,
Yeah.
similar to like Barstool stuff, but like specifically cross country and track.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so he made it, and then he didn't post that much, and then he gave me the password because he graduated, and then me and like Luke Brown kind of just like
Yeah.
started making graphics, and it's a lot of inside jokes, like all the Joker
Yeah.
stuff, and like.
What's the supplement?
Okay.
BioSteel,
So
Pacer, Orange.
basically, I have some BioSteel right here.
I kind of assumed that's what that was.
It's just like Gatorade or like Noon or like Pedialyte. It's just like
But
a
what's
hydration.
what's the
okay?
inside
So
joke?
basically, I started drinking it, and like the whole team kind of flocked to it, and all started like drinking it. And then I was like, you know, what'd be so funny is I was like thinking like, do they have an orange like BioSteel? I was like, that'd be so good. And I was like, that's also like our school colors. I was like, if we lie and say Pacer
Sponsor.
Orange, it would be so funny. And I was like, no way anyone would like fall for that. There was parents that were like, I remember my mom fell for it. She's like, did they actually like name a flavor? I'm like, no. And then there's like people who were like, because somehow I literally remember making the first like edit of it literally on Snapchat, and like other people made some, and it looked kind of real. Like,
Yeah.
It's obviously not the best like Photoshop, but it looked kind of real. And like, so some people were actually like, is this a thing? And then I don't know, we just kind of rode with it.
That's
And then we
funny.
made like Luna bars, Pacer bar.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
then we were gonna do like a Chipotle collab, but we're kind of saying that. I probably shouldn't have said that, but yeah, we just kind of like to like make fake collabs, and like it would be kind of funny if the company would see it, but also like we could probably like get in trouble maybe because we're kind of like lying about a product. But yeah,
Well, I don't think anyone's really gonna
no,
care.
it was funny, and
Yeah.
we wanted something to spice up the graphics, so
Right.
we
Yeah.
made
Well,
that.
me and Joe were looking at like the Instagram page this
Yeah.
morning, and it was so funny. For some reason,
It's like Mike DeWine.
That
and, like,
was the
Ian
funniest
Gilbert.
thing.
So the reason he's on there is because last year at a cross country meet, Mike DeWine's like, was it his granddaughter?
It might have
Something.
been.
Someone in his family was running, so bro was just like casually at the meet, walking around, watching, and so like a bunch of people from our team like took pictures with him. So and then at this meet this year, we're like, we'll include him in the graphic. But
Yeah.
another thing is we always include someone's dad.
I think I've noticed
So
that.
Aiden Green's dad
Yeah.
was in one.
I saw that.
Brownie's
I was like,
dad. Yeah, that's just kind of something we do.
That's funny.
Yeah. Speaking of seeing public officials like around, I was at work on Sunday. I work at Blue Sky, like the car wash.
Oh yeah.
And this chick comes in with like a Beetle, like a Volkswagen,
Mhm.
and it had like this. It was like the end of a key, so it looked like the key was going
Yeah.
like into the car, and
Like
she was
a
like,
wind up.
"Yeah," and it like spun.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Can I take this to the wash?" And I like went out and like looked at it, and I was like, "Spin it." She was like, "It spins." And so I like spun it, and I was like looking at it. I was like, like probably not. I wouldn't want to risk it. And she was like, "Oh yeah, also by the way, I want to like update my card information on my like other vehicle." And I was like, "All right, what's the name?" She was like, "Carolyn Riggle." I was like, "Are you the mayor of Delaware?"
Oh, really?
This is the mayor.
I was wondering if you was gonna say it was her. I've seen her drive around.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, bro.
Yeah.
She's like, "How'd you know?" Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
she's like laid back.
she's
I
she was
remember,
awesome.
I remember
Yeah,
at
I know, she's
Carlisle,
great.
I don't know if you did this, but we did like in 3rd grade, we did like a field trip where we went to like the courthouse and like a bunch of like political buildings. I remember we got to meet her, super chill.
I don't
Like,
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really
We went to
don't
like a
remember.
prison. I remember I was super scared.
I feel like I
we
would.
did
I
that.
feel like I remember
I think
that.
we did that in elementary.
Yeah, 3rd grade was when I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I probably did. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when we did you know Max Cottrell?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he moved to Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, him and I were like best friends in 3rd grade, and I remember he was in I think he was like Miss Tip's class, or he had a different like 3rd grade teacher, but I like snuck off and then went with like his class just to like hang out with like him. So
Yeah.
and we were like in the like jail cell and stuff, and there's like the cop with like the trunk, and it had like the dog toy full of like cocaine.
Dude, I remember being like super scared of like prison when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
Not just because of that, but just like in general.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I remember I was really young. I was probably like 5 or 6 years old, but I was riding my bike with my mom, and I like went too far ahead of her. Apparently she got like really mad at me, and so when I got back, like I locked myself in my room because I thought the police were gonna like come to arrest me. I was terrified. I remember that.
That's funny. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I think that account's like so funny because it looks like you ever see like the TikTok thing where it's like making like a T-shirt for whatever, and it's like took the walk to Poland. Like it's like like it looks like that.
And like
it's
that
like
account,
funny.
like like my like friend group, like we kind of added some of the humor from that, and just like kind of mix it in, and then a lot of it's targeted towards the team because like normal people will see it and they'll be like, this is just weird. Like they might laugh because it looks funny, but like
right.
And like I was kind of like. I was never like super close with you guys, but like middle school was like you, like Christian, like Quincy. I was like,
you were involved.
Like I was friends with you.
Your friends
enough,
with Aiden, and he was more involved.
I was like friends with you guys enough then to like kind of get it now.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
like you were around us at cross country. Too,
so, like I'm not like pacer bio steel. I'm like like that's funny. But what? I don't even know, dude. Like where did like the whole like yeet thing, like yeet performing?
That's a whole nother. I forgot about that. Okay, so that was like track. We were like it would be so funny if we just lied and said like. I remember, like who Can is, or like
I've heard
Yeet or Babytron, or like we were like, it'd be so funny to just lie and say they're performing at the track meet. And I remember we had like a picture of a plane. We like found a picture of like the Delaware Municipal Airport, and we're like, Yeet has just landed in Delaware. And we're like, Mr. Gleason Camp is signing him as the official like sponsor. And our coaches were like they like view all of this stuff. They think it's funny, but we were just like, we'll put Yeet on the graphics. He'll be the official sponsor.
Like
that's so clever. Like I would just never think of that. It's
Yeet, the Joker, which I don't even know how to explain that. The Joker is just kind of a stable. Like we call it jokering up before a race. We just kind of like go crazy and like go insane, and that's kind of like the Joker thing. But that he's always in the graphics. Just like music and then like the BioSteel stuff. But
like I could totally see how someone sees that and they're like, oh, that's stupid. But like I can also see, I can also like,
if you're on the team,
like I get it. Like,
and we like every Friday we have in the cross country group chat we just like send stuff for the graphic. And then just funny pictures of the team or whatever, random things. And then we also like to include the coaches. So like we'll find a funny picture like Bibler.
I saw Jans on there.
Jans actually like ran cross country, so we had like we found pictures of him from high school and like edited like Hayes' jersey on him. But
that's like a lot of work. That's impressive.
It's kind of funny that like it doesn't look very good, but that's kind of why it's funny because it's like edited on my phone. Like I don't even have any like Photoshop software. Just do it on my phone. But
what time are we at?
1:13. I'm good if you're
you wanna is there anything else?
I'm good.
Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Good luck in your last meet. Is it this Saturday? Yep. Good luck. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you.